outside. I was assigned rap for today from 4 a.m. until 7, but they called me around like 4:45. I almost didn't answer because like every time like I'm asleep and like I get a phone call, I'm like halfway asleep, so I like automatically just like I don't decline it, but I like mute it until like it dawned on me like, oh, that's crew scheduling. So I hurried up and answered it. So right now I just have a turn, which is a Corpus Christi turn, on call for a total of 5 days, including today. So I don't know if they're going to assign me anything after this turn. Hey guys, so I am officially at home now. Surprisingly, I just had that turn. They didn't give me anything. I honestly didn't call to check if they were going to give me something. I literally waited until, the 15 minutes after I landed. And usually that just means like if they don't give you anything by 15 minutes after you land, then you're released for the day. Overall, this trip was good. My FA1 was actually like brand spanking new. Like she was literally like a couple days on the line. She was that new. So honestly, it felt more for me like another IOE student. Only thing was I wasn't getting paid as an IOE student, and she was, responsible for her duties. But I, of course, helped her and gave her tips and everything on things like, I found out months into me being on the line versus her couple days of being on the line. So I am good for another 4 days. But let me tell you, the only thing that happened on one of my flights, well, actually there was two things. And it was actually on the same flight, which was from Corpus Christi to DFW. So if you've ever seen videos of, passengers filming the condensation that happens on the plane, basically it's like all this smoke that's on the plane. That's basically condensation because the inside of the plane is usually a lot cooler than what it is on the outside of the plane, especially if you're here in Texas. So that basically what causes all that smoke to happen inside the plane. Well, I've noticed on my plane, we really don't get that smoke. We just have like water dripping inside the plane. I had a passenger, like it was right after we had closed the doors and we did our compliance checks. I was walking back to my galley and there was a passenger who stopped me. He was like, oh, there's water dripping over here. And I was like, oh yeah, it's just the condensation from, the environment and everything. He was like, yeah, well, can I move? Like, just like that. It was kind of rude. Yeah, can I move? I'm like, well, no, sir. It's everywhere. It's not just your seat. And then I had another passenger, like, she literally confirmed. She was like, yeah, it's over here, too. So I just went back into my galley, and that was the end of that. But then my FA1, because she was, dealing with first class, I don't know, like sometimes some first class people is just so entitled. Well, there was this guy, he had ordered club soda, so she didn't have any club soda in her galley, so she had called me and basically I was going to bring her some club soda. So before I could even bring it to her, like he's going to tell her, just give me some water. So she gave him some water, like, and he was rude just like that. She gave him some water and she, continued serving, other passengers. So if you don't know, like how we serve row by row. So I think he was like at row 3 or 4 and she was on row 1 or 2. So she have to serve those first couple rows before it even gets to him. So after I had brought her the club soda and he saw that she was giving the passengers in front of him some club soda, he's going to say, oh, where's my club soda? Where's my drink? So she was like, sir, I have to serve them first. I'm gonna get to you. So it's like after she told me that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was rude and so much entitlement. Like there has been several times where I've experienced one entitled passenger before, but I have heard it from my fellow flight attendants on my flight of them experiencing it. And it's just like, yes, you paid a lot of money for this seat. However, you can't just treat people a certain type of way just because of what type of seat you sit in. We're not your servants. We're not nothing beneath you. So treat people how you would think they would like to be treated, which is more often than not with respect. So I was able to put my bid in for tomorrow. I saw a trip that I would prefer to do. So we shall see what I get for tomorrow. Hey guys, so today is day 3 of 5. Obviously, I'm not at the airport or anything if I'm at home. Today I am on wrap, which is from 4 a.m. until 7 p.m. It's currently around 11:30 a.m. Well, yesterday, which was day 2, they had gave me standby, which I had showed you guys, but they literally did not use me at all again. I was basically asleep all day yesterday. I went straight to the quiet room and went to sleep. I kept waking up thinking like, oh, did they call me and did I miss the call? But they never called me or anything. I have my phone set to do not disturb whenever I'm in the quiet room, but I have it set to where crew scheduling is the only contact who can, you know, call me through do not disturb, and I'll hear it and everything. But yeah, they didn't even use me for pre-boarding or anything. So literally, yesterday was sleep day for me, because that's what made the time go back faster for me. I woke up at like 12, but then, you know, I just woke up to put in my bid or my proffer for today, and then force myself to go back to sleep until 2 p.m. And then 2 p.m. on the dot, you know, I went and, you know, left. I didn't even call to get released because no, they wasn't going to use me. At this very moment, I am number 2 on the list. So I've been up since like 6 this morning just for personal reasons, but I'm going to try to take a nap, and I'm going to set my alarm for me to wake up around 1. That way I can proffer for tomorrow. But if they, you know, so happily call me to do something today, which they still have until 7 p.m., then my proffer for tomorrow will go out the window. Whatever they give me takes priority. So hopefully they have a 2-day available for tomorrow, because that's what all I will be able to do. All right, so it is currently going on 5:30. I'm on call until 7 p.m. But I can see in my schedule that I have wrap again tomorrow from 10 a.m. until midnight. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little nervous because I did like go and look if there was any trips that they could possibly give me for today. And like the trip was like, the departure time was at 6:40 p.m. So I got nervous, like, dang, I'm not gonna be able to do wrap, and then I'm gonna have to hurry up and go home. And then I finally remember, oh no, they can't give it to me because they have to call me at least 2 hours prior. All right guys, so today is day 4 of 5. I was on wrap today, but they had gave me a turn for today. So departure time is 3:23, I think it was. So sign in is 2:23. I'll be leaving out the house at 1:30 because my mom will be dropping me off at the airport. And they recently, actually yesterday, went into effect that hosiery, which is like our stockings and everything, is now optional. So I don't have to wear that anymore, which is a plus for me because it is super hot right now. I already put in my bid for tomorrow because I'll be getting in, I'm supposed to land around 9:14, and they have until 9:29 to assign me something for, you know, either give me an overnight. That way I'm like working also tomorrow. I already put a bid in for wrap. Of course, that's my main thing that I would like. I don't see any turns in open time for tomorrow. All right, so I'm here in Greenville. We're actually about to start boarding in like a minute. This is going to be like a 2-hour and 5-minute flight back to DFW. You had assigned me standby tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 5, so it's a possibility I might be sleeping all day again. So this 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Standby shift is new to me because I've never seen it. I don't know if they're adding new, you know, standby and wrap shifts since we're getting so much new people right now, but I guess that's decent. I also wanted to mention that like we're literally going through an official recession right now, so that's crazy for me. Back at home, and I am so tired right now, but I needed to do a recap of how today went. Yes, I got clothes on. I'm not naked. So today was, I don't know, it was something else. So my first flight from DFW to Greensboro, I just had one, you know, passenger who I guess assumed that I can, you know, read sign language or something because I was doing service, and had asked him like what type of beverage he wanted. So he just pointed at his water bottle. So I'm thinking like, okay, I'm asking him like, do you want more water? And like, no water, with ice, no ice. So he just shook his head no. So I just assumed that, you know, he didn't want any water or anything. So then my most adventure happened on my Greensville to DFW. I don't know if I said Greensboro, Greenville. Okay, so I had a passenger when we was boarding. I always make the announcement basically letting people know that if it's a full, like when it's a full flight, make sure they put their carry-on, like small bags, under the seats. So that way we have plenty of overhead bin space for larger bags and rollerboards. So I knew he was on a plane when I was making that announcement. So he was like, his seat was towards the back, which is where I was at because I am flight attendant too. So I see he had this small bag and he tries to put it in the overhead bin. So I just tell him, like, ask him politely, like, sir, can you please place that on the seat in front of you? So he does a huff and like, oh, I just have this one bag. So I'm like, we need this overhead bin space for all of the larger bags and rollerboards. So he sits down and he places it under his seat. So then there was a family of 4 who had got on a plane. While we was in flight, I had actually met No Shoes Bandits. So this mother of the 4 people family. No, let me rewind. So when we was like, I was doing my compliance check, I had seen that one of the sons didn't have his shoes on while he was sitting down. So it's like subconsciously I made a note of that, because kids learn that from the adults. While we was in flight, the mother had to go to the bathroom, and on the 175, the flight attendant in the back, their seat is right next to the lavatory. So like, I'm sitting here and this door is the lavatory, unfortunately. Whenever anybody goes to the bathroom, I always just lean over because I don't want them to accidentally hit me with the door. So happily, I looked down when she went to go open the door, and she didn't have no shoes on. So I'm like, ma'am, I would advise you to put shoes on. She was like, oh, I just have flip-flops. It's okay. And then, me, in my personal life, you guys know me, you know that, like, when I'm shocked, I'll just stare at something. So I was just staring at her feet because I couldn't believe, like, you're going to this nasty bathroom with no shoes on. Like, some people, especially guys, like, some of them ain't the perfect aimers outside, like, on the ground at their house. So you think they're, marksmen in this turbulent plane, and then there's people puking in the bathroom. Some people don't want to flush. Like, the bathroom is gross. I'm like, okay. So I guess that, clicked in her head. So every millionth time she went to the bathroom, because she went to the bathroom a lot, she actually had her flip-flops on. So I found that so weird. And then there was another family of 4, which I fault the mother, because the mother had shoes on, like everybody else had shoes on, but she had took one of her kids to the bathroom, and I want to say the little girl was like probably like 6 or 7, and she didn't have any shoes on. So why are you letting your child walk around this nasty plane without shoes on? This flight was very, eventful and, crazy. Like, I finally met my, No Shoes Bandits for the first time. Well, I have standby tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. So I'm gonna go to sleep because I gotta wake up at like 6:30. So that way I could get ready and be ready to leave out the door by 8. Hey guys, so this is actually my off day. I forgot to record yesterday. Honestly, there was nothing for me to say yesterday because it was just like the beginning of the week. I was on standby and I wasn't used at all. Like, I was in the crew room all day. I would even go outside. I think I went outside like twice just to, warm up, because they freeze us in that crew room. So I'm actually off for 2 days, and then next week I'm on call for 4 days, and that is officially my last week at this company. I've actually started, a vlog of keeping track of, my progress to mainline. That will be recorded after next week's video. For anyone who doesn't know, like, my videos are recorded like a month in advance, so when they're uploaded, they're like a month after I've actually recorded it. So hopefully my videos stay consistent and I'm able to continue to upload once a week. However, if there's ever any time in the future where it's like I'm missing uploads, it's only just because, I'm either behind or I haven't been able to record anything, because I am going to be in training. I do plan on vlogging my updates for, weeks of the training for my new airline. I just wanted to give like a heads up or a warning, just in case there's ever any time in the future, I'm, missing an upload. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.